The floor is rumbling as you hear detonations setting off down below. The echoing roar of the creature is growing closer to the hole before and an almost tower of debris bursts from the holes into the air, covering the area in a thin layer of dust.
Well, I'd say that's our cue to get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
Last one back to the bike and the car is a rotten egg. I'm gonna grab the cat person and I'm gonna
Did we
bolt.
start?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, I was getting a drink.
Although I thought we already did this like running away stuff right before the end of last session. So I remember Aiden panicking for his bike and.
Yeah, but we skipped a few things in our rush, so.
Me bike!
Fair enough.
As you're rushing, you see this arm
Wait, what?
come out of the ground.
Oh no!
Its bloodied forearm is suddenly set upon by the machines that you turned against all mutants. You can see the gunfire from two of the machines just hitting it as it slowly crawls out of the ground. The scientist is panicking. He's like, ah, fuck.
I picked him up. He's in my arms.
Kuzon out of control. He's backing up as well. Right. However, you also did something else as well. If you guys wish to run, you may, as
Hey.
these things have come in. And you hear, but you just see these things gliding in from the air and tackling this creature to the ground. It writhing around as their fangs dig into its flesh.
Did you already set this place to blow?
The scientist is an agent, I would say. That was for underground base. Not much valuable up in upper base.
Oh. Oh, so we're fine up here?
Yes, why would upper base get destroyed when you blow below a base?
I don't know, it's all base!
Where
I
would
assumed
you
it was
stand?
some sort of like structural base, you know, like supported the.
Fuck, okay, we should I thought we were going to explode! Let's take care of this thing if it got out.
The scientist like starts explaining, it's like, it is like pocket. It's like you have the structural integrity of this base, but then below you build pockets so then it can crush like soda can.
Okay, so it like crumble thing like front of car for impact.
Crumple zones.
Yes, entire base is crumple zone.
Why? Okay, you know what? Whatever. I accept this inane logic.
Hi, can we help our friends fight this giant monster, please? Mm.
I don't know. I think they've got it handled.
If you want to, you may. They seem to have pinned it down quite well, but they are fine to let you help.
Thiveron's mind thrust is throbbing. DC 18 or take 50 damage.
That seems balanced. Oh, look at that balance. You love
If
it.
you pass... Fuck.
Oh,
Why?
just barely.
Okay, you take 25 then.
However, that still hurt. Jesus Christ. You just see it writhing on the ground and you start to crush its mind. Wow, they would roll. At least we have one hit.
I'm gonna use a magic missile as a second level spell.
You can see even past its extremely tough skin, the damage is piling onto it as it struck against the two creatures. Aiden.
Grab revolver, pull it out with a quick spin. Boom, headshot.
Yeah, I'm gonna light it the hell up. Oh, dang.
The second one hits. Prava. Can you finish it off?
That's the plan.
See if you can get past its resistances.
It's just getting full attacked. Graviton attunement, full attack, bam. And that's 17 and 18.
Oh, both attacks hit. 1 second. 5 minus 5 minus 5, 20. All right, yeah. So essentially, what happens during all this is these creatures bite down on its limbs, basically holding it still as everybody just peppers it, from the robots to everybody else. Just it's hardened flesh resisting damage one after the other, but soon it's just too much, as suddenly its entire body just it lands on the ground with a resounding thump.
Hey, that was a lot easier than I expected. We could have done that this whole time.
To be fair, you dropped an entire building on its head.
All right, okay. I guess it makes sense then. So it's a little bit easy.
Imagine
I
if
just
you had
thought
to
we
face
were-
it before.
I mean, that's about as strong as like 1 or 2 of my attacks. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think
You must
we're
be
just
incredibly
really-
strong.
I'm gonna walk up and just be like, yeah, this one here, he's a walking nuclear fission. You don't want to mess with him or his friends.
I have a feeling you do not like me,
You can't put me in a box.
but I did.
A tiny one too. It was hilarious.
He technically stuffed you inside of a water treatment plant. Brian magic missiles it one more time just to be sure.
I was testing to make sure I did it.
So, what are you guys going to be doing now? Besides he's just hanging limply as he's being carried by Aiden. It's like, this would make a very good home if it wasn't within the secret part of a planet's religion.
Is there like a locker or something in any of these offices?
Are you gonna stuff
There's
the
plenty
nerd
of
in the
lockers.
locker?
Oh.
Didn't this room have lockers?
There's lockers in here. These are drawers, these are lockers.
I'm gonna stuff them in the locker.
No! On school days!
No.
Not again!
We do not need to inflict any more trauma on the being that was stuck inside a small room for who knows how long, all alone. Like,
I'll just be a few minutes.
I can't
It's all
wait
it.
for us to go back to the temple and brag to everybody about how we blew up the sacred grounds. Like, that's gonna make for a hell of a story.
we do. This is okay, Aiden. This was a classified mission that my mother made sure nobody knew that we were going to be doing, so we cannot speak of this.
Wait,
I'm
what do you
taking
mean
along a
classified? I'm
robot.
pretty sure the explosion and the
This is-
coming earthquake could be heard halfway across the planet.
Jesus Christ, Aiden. Do you just like go send your mercenaries out and then just be like, yes, my mercenary assassinated this like political figure? putting a
Exactly.
target on their
See?
By
back
the way,
We
so that
understand
at this
each
everybody
other.
else is
Yeah.
trying to kill him.
at this point you hear, am I still meant to be in the locker? Can we leave? It's cold in here.
Kuzon, would you please let him out of the locker?
Kuzon's just like looking at its timer. It's like, I don't know. I was in there for a few more minutes, than he was.
We can put him in the locker on the ship. Finish the sentence there.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to look down this big hole. The base down there look like.
You can see basically scrap metal and earth just piled like halfway up the hole now.
What about that? That's under the holy site.
If the walker's not functional, like if I can't get it to work, I'm just gonna disconnect one of its arms and take it.
Good thing we got the shovel and the necklace before we blew up the base, eh? I'm going to pet
Yeah.
one of the monsters.
You see that it's very appreciative. It seems to be laying next to its kill, but it doesn't seem to be hostile to you.
I'm gonna give it some scratchies. Everybody loves a good chin scratch.
I'm just gonna walk up here and it's like, all right, time to come out, you piece of shit.
Yeah, oh thank God. At this point, you do see that the other creatures like starting to go away, and this creature looks towards like you, rubs up against you, Aiden, since you're the closest near it, and it starts going this way along with it. As it climbs over the base walls.
Oh, what a cute little monstrosity! Look at it go.
No, they're kind beings.
I mean, they got big teeth for killing, though.
Yeah, look at what they did to this guy over here. Damn, that was brutal.
By the way, you hear something that sounds akin to a bike starting up.
Is that your bike, Aiden?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Run!
Oi!
Run!
Motherfucker! You're going back in that locker when I get my hands on you.
Hey! Hold on! Stop! We're
you seem like on a bike going.
I'm gonna slap his hand and I'm gonna get on the bike in front of him.
Ah! Why can't I drive? I'm a great driver.
Nobody rides my baby but me, and potentially Kuzon when I feel like it.
Boo. Anyway, we should return. This place is not safe.
You just want to get back to playing your video games, don't you?
Don't worry, I took my hard drive with me. All my save data is here.
I was going to take samples, but okay. I have all the data on this place, so it's probably fine.
As you guys are leaving, you see a fluttering of now 4 of these creatures flying away from the base.
Wait, 4?
By the way, as you are starting to make your way out of the base, you do see, now you're this far into the sacred chamber, that the chamber does go all the way to the Anam chamber, which is like basically a massive doorway that's slightly open. I didn't think I actually described that before, is the fact that the Anam chamber is like right next to the base, essentially. It probably hasn't been closed since they took the Anam.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
No. I was just wondering if maybe we should go investigate. I know we have the data and stuff, but maybe we should go into the Anam chamber and see if we can find any clues in there. See if there's any evidence of the theft left behind, you know?
I mean, you could. It is open.
Is that okay, Bryn? Would your people be mad if we poked around in the Anam chamber?
I mean, if the Anam was still in there, yes, it would be an issue, but it's gone. So... okay, you know what? On further thought, further reflection, maybe we should not. I'm going to just...
Prava heard permission and he's halfway to the door already.
Once you say permission, that's it.
Prava, no. I am. This is too. It's too much. It might go against everything of my people's.
As you get closer to the door, the vast emptiness that resides is clear. Once, Brian, you felt the power radiating from this door, but now it's much less. Do you enter through the door?
Let's find a nice window to break.
Yes or no? Do you enter through the door?
I feel very uneasy if this is against your people's traditions.
Is it against my people's tradition to go in here?
Technically, if the Anam was there.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'm gonna lead the way. I'm gonna look inside.
As you peer inside, you can see the chamber of crystal pillars and the place where the Anam once sat. Now only a remnant. A powerful battery-like crystal sits in its place. Almost a shard of an arm you, were described to at least. The pathway leading up to it is clear. The ornaments and ritualistic things have been taken down by this point. Probably in the rush to set something else up in the meantime.
I'm gonna walk slowly towards the center.
So, Bryn, like the magic thingy. How has this always been here? Is there like a time in history before they had the magic thingy in this room?
The Anam has always been here. It's been the source of all of our life. As far as records go, the Anam has been giving life and love to all of the people of
So-
Havok.
Considering it's like a battery that powers the planet, doesn't that mean that your world is artificial and somebody made it?
It was made by the goddess.
Yeah, and don't you know your history? Everything was made by a god or goddess. Everything's artificial to some degree.
Now, as you near this place, you feel a small echo of power of the Anam that once was. And there is a pool to approach. It is both Prava and Thiveron that feel this pool.
Thiveron continues playing his flute out of reverence and slowly approaches.
You know, Prava, if he gets a feeling, he goes with it.
As you approach, you feel almost something pass over you, like a wave from these small shards of crystal. Just it's happened several times. However, Prava, since you're psychically attuned, you do feel that it is sorry. It does not have the current, ability to grant your wish. But, however, while it doesn't have enough power to grant Prava the entire family he desires, it is capable of forging a small creature. As you get a feeling you get a choice, Thiveron. Do you accept or deny?
Thiveron accepts.
As you accept this fragment's, blessing, you suddenly see strings of light clash together in front of it, almost like it's knitting, and you see and light is building and building as it slowly builds something before you.
Thiveron, like, kind of surprised that it's actually creating something, like, stops playing his flute out of shock.
Mm-hmm. And as it's building, Bryn, you know that this is a blessing that normally just does. It's mostly part of your priestly duties that you're meant to oversee such an action. But the Anam is meant to be the one doing it. Apparently this shard is capable of doing it as well. Just a small piece of it broken off.
This is I've never witnessed this myself. That I didn't. This is unusual, I think.
It is also very fitting that you were playing a song as it starts to build. You see this slender body, an almost beak-like face, but its wings are formed next. 1, 2, 3. 3 sets are formed and combined together as the very same creature you had been looking at before forms before you. Its form is almost as white as your fur, with streaks of almost onyx-like black through its feathers. The creature slowly sets to the ground and shivers and comes to life.
Wait, is that what I
Seems to be
think it is?
It seems to be bouncing around the area.
Thiveron will step forward and pick it up.
You hear a small, like, almost sing-song like as it's picked up.
Thiveron will then ask it if it's willing to accompany him and his companions.
It was made for this purpose, so it accept. You do see the shard of an arm is duller than it was before, though.
Thiveron will get on his knees and bow in front of the shard and say thank you for this gift. It will be used wisely.
Because everybody else, it obviously didn't have the same. It shouldn't have the same power of the whole Anam.
That is true. I mean, that's what it should be expected. Then again, you admitted yourself you haven't studied much on this subject.
True, bad student.
You can roll culture if you want to try to remember. Should always have it open.
It was open. I didn't close it.
Hey Brian, you didn't tell us that your crystal is a pet printer.
Oh.
You do not remember.
She slept through that class, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's like you remember back in time. Ah, yes, your mother. Yes, and sometimes shards break off for your arm. It's fine, it'll grow back. But these shards can blah 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 blah, blah as the world goes to darkness as you fall asleep.
Oh, that was weird. Oh, I must have clicked it by accident.
You do, however, remember that a certain piece of cloth should always be worn at times like this. You don't have the cloth, damn.
Remember the useless piece of information.
Yeah, you remember it perfectly, right down to the exact design. It's super weird.
Oh gosh, okay. Or does it seem like it's been tapped completely now?
It seems like it's basically in super standby mode. So, what are you guys going to be doing? Going to be heading back to the city?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Going to be heading back to the city. As you once more track your way through the large sections of the Chamber of an Arm and then back through the small crystal cavern that leads back to the city, you eventually once more come out into the palace. No one is there currently.
Prava's gonna look over to the Vorak and be like, hey, is your family gonna have a problem with this?
Towards the what?
The bird that Thiveron created with your crystals.
Mother will probably have questions. By
the way, Cal floats beside you, Brian, and goes, "Who says you have to tell her?"
She's my mother. She probably already knows. They have.
Mothers are not psychic.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, don't. You've obviously never met a mother before. They know everything you do wrong.
Old wives' tale. I will settle back in the backpack now. She goes back into the little pack that you have, Prava.
The backpack of evil.
My lair of evil.
It's like full of blankets and very cozy.
Yes.
Snacks.
This snuggeliciousness, it's absolutely devilish.
You know what? Speaking of snacks,
cozy.
we just had an intense mission. Prava's gonna start snacking on the mushrooms that he got.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, roll fortitude.
Oh no.
Those are party time mushrooms. Oh no.
I guess the traditional party time mushrooms.
So as you're heading, as you're heading up towards where your mother is, Brian, Prava seems a little buzzed now. You're not completely losing it. It's just very colourful now for some reason, and very chipper.
Was the palace always this pretty?
Yes, it was. Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, something just seems different. Can't quite. These are really good. Do you want some of these?
No, Prava, you should probably save the rest for later.
Oh, okay, if you think so.
We're about to meet my mother. Should not be on the shrooms, as they say.
I was just feeling hungry after that. Just having a
Yeah.
snack.
That would be very Keck W.
So, as you enter the home part of the palace, Bryn, with the rest of the party, you find your mother basically in the drawing room, typing away on a crystalline computer. She turns back towards you and goes, "Ah, you're back. Sooner than I expected."
Yes, of course, mother. As you know, I am very efficient, and my friends and we all made it back very safely. Nothing
did you
bad
do?
happened, as you can see.
What did you do?
No, mother, no, we did good. Look how fine we are. I made it back fine.
She's just staring at you. You're acting way too suspicious. She's just like, okay.
No, it's we exploded a base and stuff, but
You set off an explosion in the
I
chamber.
killed a lot of goblins.
no controlled.
Dear. She like holds up her hand. Just give me the data. I'll read it myself.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have seen your daughter, ma'am. She was so brave the way she slaughtered her enemies with no mercy. It was inspiring.
She seems to be focused on the data, but you do see her look towards Aiden for a moment and then look back and then turns back to the computer. She basically makes a copy of the data while looking it over and then passes back the small module back to you, Bryn, after she's copied it. It seems like you'll be able to find where they were taking the objects from our planet. That may be where the alarm is. However, it is worrying that these logs discuss that somebody was in contact with them, especially when it says a white-furred cabal.
I mean, that is what we were investigating because Aaron Reed did say that he had help from one of the clans.
Why would he tell you this?
I think it was kind of like an asshole flex.
Nah, he seems way too proud and too much of an asshole to do that.
I mean, let's not worry about second-hand recounts. Prava's gonna reach into his backpack and take out the past viewing orb. I can just show you what he said.
She's gonna accept and immediately see it, and when she does, she thinks for a moment. I think he told you that on purpose.
Well,
Not just some flex.
Whatever we got here or destroyed down there definitely worked to his advantage.
Isn't this guy famously like a philanthropist who does good work like 90% of the
Yeah.
time? I don't know
Like,
why we're like
You can
making
see
these-
that
So
He
you
found
think maybe
something.
he told us this because someone might be using the Reed Foundation, or there's like some kind of corruption in it that is doing this stuff?
I don't know.
Maybe
But-
he lost control of his company when it became public, and now he's trying to use us to get.
From what I know and interacted with him, he was boisterous and rather, well, prideful. But he always took the greatest care. That is why his betrayal came such as a shock.
Something like that?
I don't think it's healthy or productive to speculate. We have coordinates. Let's go find out the truth.
Well, it's probably more evidence within the data, but I would prefer that you leave such things to me. If you can find out who it is, that's perfect, but this is a sensitive matter.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we'll leave the data to you. You leave the feats of adventuring and daring to us. We'll go sort
She
this
nods.
out.
And yes, Brian, you may go as well.
Hell yeah! Let's go! I mean,
Don't use that language.
Hey, oh, sorry. Thank you, mother, for trusting me. I will take this duty with the utmost poise and seriousness as it deserves.
And to
Thiveron
be
is just like
careful.
hanging his head and
And-
like shaking it no. Like,
And be very.
Yeah, Brian, let's go and find some other underground bases we can blow up.
No, wouldn't do that. No. Gosh darn it, Aiden.
You see her give off a small sigh at that. It's like,
Oh, that's right, we gotta return the shovel and the necklace.
She's gonna turn back around towards the data. She's gonna start sifting through it, basically. So, what are you guys gonna do next?
Yeah, Prava's gonna rush out to the market to deliver this shovel.
I imagine in his shroom state, he's like, all right, this conversation is done. Turns
Yeah.
180 degrees, shovel in hand. Time for shovel.
So, let's go. Aiden, you're gonna deliver the necklace first, right?
Yep, sure.
Let's go with that. So basically, Drake is like still hurt, and he's like holding out his hand as you hand over the necklace, and he's like, "Thanks. You got a business card where I can send for your share of the money too?"
Just between you and me, how much were you going to wire for the reward?
It's not too much, like 200 something.
Keep that money. I'll pay the other party members from my pockets. It's the least I can do considering what you did for the little girl. Now consider a square.
Well, I guess that's something.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask you, but are you from Fraxus?
Oh, because of my name? No, I'm from Castaval.
Ah, makes sense.
I live along the beaches. He's gonna reach over and pat the small Cabal child on the head. See you, kid. Hopefully I'll come and visit you some other time.
I'm gonna give him one of my business cards. Here, she'll be staying on Akiton.
Thanks. He grabs it when he's like leaning back and getting settled in as Theo runs up to your side, Aiden, and follows you out of the room.
Hey kid, sorry I had to leave you for a while, but you understand. Explorer business and adventure. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get to your own adventures pretty soon. Don't worry, from now on, you're sticking to me like glue. I got you. And I'm gonna pick her up and I'm gonna put her on my shoulders so she can ride on my back.
She is happy about this. Meanwhile, Dover goes, "Bloody hell, lad! Looks like you've seen like 1,000 different pieces of gemstone."
Prava approached his stall, strumming the shovel like a guitar, just like.
Thanks for finding it. That's not how you play. Can I just have it back?
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. So it's not an instrument, or?
It is, but you gotta how do I say it, lad? You gotta play it right to find the best ore.
Oh, well, why don't you show me how it works then? And probably hands
Okay.
it off to him.
He takes it. He goes, "Maybe another time." He puts it. I can't really do it in the city.
Oh, you know what? I'll call the others in. They should definitely be here for this.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna step aside with his communicator, like, guys, where are you guys?
Okay, we're on our way. I will put the leash on you if you run off again, though.
Dolvin, this
Like-
dress is so pretty. What did you make it out of? Oh, I probably forgot that he was on the phone with Brian. He's just looking at stuff in the shop now.
it's like pretty. Let us see. You lad, come here. You have a child on the shoulders.
Huh? Aiden points at himself. Me?
He nods.
Sure. What's up?
Here. And he takes out what appears to be a case and slams it on the table. For just letting me look at your sword, you can have this.
Aiden's gonna slowly pop the case open.
And as you do, you see a disassembled rifle.
Do I recognize the model? Or is it custom?
It looks a bit custom made.
This baby's custom.
Well, I custom made it.
I'm gonna take the heavy scabbard off and offer it to him since all the attachments are inside.
You see, this mechanism latches onto other weapons. Well, blades. Means you can swap out your blade. Puts a sword back into its sheath and hands it back over to you. Anyway, reward is the rifle, but since your friend is a little enamored, I'm gonna give him one of the dresses too.
Wait.
But how will I ever pick?
Well, you're gonna have to pick one.
Why is Prava looking at the female dresses?
Well, there you go. Take it as you wish. Don't worry. I can fit it for you, or just 10 minutes work.
Yeah, I'll put myself in your capable hands.
Okay. And he's like, he grabs your like dress, and it's like measure. He looks at you for a moment and goes, "All right." He doesn't even measure you. He's just like starts working away. And after about 10 minutes, he's got the dress all tied up. He boxes it up, ties a ribbon, and he's like, "Here you go. Enjoy your dress."
Thank you, Dolphin. I will treasure it always.
No problem, no problem. Well then, there's your little rewards for finding me shovel. To be honest, they may be on a little low side given the price of a shovel, but I think they're fair enough.
Hey, the shovel had no value to us. We just picked it up while we were on our job. You've given us more than your dues.
Well then, I hope you're a good trip. That's if you're preparing to leave.
Oh, it's a good trip, all right.
Oh, I'm having a fantastic trip. So, what are you guys going to do now as Dovin goes back to work?
We gotta go bust down some doors.
Okay then.
Bust down doors.
Break things that don't belong to us.
I will say that you are currently, you know the way back, so it'll be easier. Did you just want to gun it?
Oh, I did want to say bye to my dad and get a communicator from him, because I realized I don't have one.
Of course, yes. Finn is like, wait, he's like looking around at the gate. He was looking for you. Like he was like, she got to catch her before she leaves.
Father, we're going to be heading out soon.
No,
No?
no,
No, Mother said I could.
no, you're staying here.
No, but
Finn,
Mother, I
buddy,
must go.
pal.
But I don't want my daughter to leave. He's like, he leans against you, Prava, almost like trying to
Buddy,
soothe himself. He's don't want
It's
him to leave.
okay. She has to go out and see the universe and make memories that she can bring home and enrich both your life.
But I want her to stay here. She should stay here.
No, look at all the experiences she's had. And for the second time today, Prava's gonna bring out the orb, and he's gonna like show her like a smash cut of all of Brian's adventures so far.
As he's looking at that Brian, you hear another voice. It's like, leaving already? I heard from Mother, as your brother is standing there.
Bayard, yes, we have a lead, and I'm going to save the planet, brother.
Oh, I see. And he sees somebody hiding behind him.
Who is this?
This is my, I think it's in common girlfriend.
Oh my goodness, my girl. Hello.
As she comes out, you see that she's a multi-patterned like cabal. She has like some white across her like hair. She has brown here, black there, sort of patchwork. And she says, "Hello," like she's very shy.
Well, it's a pleasure to be meeting you. You've been looking after my brother while I've been away?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a nurse at the hospital he attends.
Oh, that is so cute.
As you're fangirling over your brother's girlfriend, Prava, you're currently being hugged by Brian's father, Finn, and he's like he's got like ruffling you with his black and white fur, and he's like, I just don't want it to leave, but I understand. You see him like wipe his chin a bit. He's like, I can accept this.
Don't worry,
Here.
father.
He like is like holding out like what seems like a small crystal slate. So here.
So that I can keep in touch?
He gives a small nod. And how it works, essentially almost like a phone, but instead like a solid holographic interface appears above the slate.
Excellent.
You now have a basic communications device, also known as a mobile phone.
Welcome to the 22nd century, Brian.
Don't worry, I've already had all the apps included. I made sure to update everybody's slates with a compatibility with Packed World apps.
Oh yeah, make sure you have ad blocker. Ads are a bitch.
He like suddenly grabs you by it, like hugs you. It's like, make sure you keep in touch.
I will. I'll be back as soon as I can, father.
Good. Okay, I'll let you leave now. It's like you feel another hug behind you, Ryan, suddenly as your brother is hugging you as well. It's like, come back soon.
I will. You'll look after everybody for me, Bayard.
He nods. Of course. We can still video call and all that. I may not be used to Packworld technology yet, but father can teach me.
Good. And you take care of lovely. I did not get your name.
Oh, it's Lil.
Lil. Oh, well, you take care of her and be good.
He nods with a smile. It's like, don't worry, I will. By the way, he smiles a bit too much. He's like, yes, perfectly timed. She's leaving. She can't ask me any more questions. So, now that you have talked to your father and brother, you have your phone. Is there anything else you want to do before leaving?
Do you have any friends in town that you want to visit before you leave? You don't know how long it's going to be before you're back?
Nah, it should be fine. we should make haste out of here. I'll send them messages now that I have this cool device I can communicate to them.
Yeah, adventurer's spirit.
Okay then. So, the gates open once more to allow you into the crystal caverns.
Did we like time it this time so that we weren't?
Yes, they do say that there's no reported solar flares that can burn you to a crisp in an instant. Don't worry.
Hooray.
We learn.
We learn we're not going to die anymore. But yes, essentially, as you enter the crystal caverns in your car and bike, you start to drive through it and you see the evidence of what happened before, and you see a lone crystalline statue knelt in place as you pass it by.
You know, our big crystal ball.
Oh, oh God, okay.
Sal, you made it. Oh, I'm glad you're okay.
As you stop for a moment to ask that, it doesn't respond.
Sal, buddy, you're okay, right?
There is no answer from the golem.
Let's check the note, I guess.
Mysticism.
Prava, hate to burst your bubble, but he was out here when the Nova hit because he's too slow. So, yeah.
It seems like all of his parts have fused together. The metal that was once part of his crystalline form has melted and degraded.
Is he reparable?
Only probably by a master artisan, and even then you can't be sure if it will be original Sal anymore.
Yeah.
Can we
See-
try as like a long-term project?
You couldn't physically move him. He's way too heavy for your car. You could call your father to try.
Thiveron's going to look at everybody else and say, he's been melted by the sun's rays. He would need a master artisan to rebuild him. Bryn, perhaps your father could find somebody. I think we owe him that much.
That is fair. He was a little bit odd, but he was a good creature. I'll see if my father can help him.
He did ensure our personal safety on our travels here.
His last act was to save Prava and toss him into the car.
Yeah,
Aw.
Prava's just been like standing stock still since we encountered him.
About Sal.
You get to send your first message using your new communicator. It's cute. And then
Hey, it takes a
someone
very long
died.
time for her to type. It's just like with one finger.
I like how
Forget
it's that, but your very first message is also about how a friend is possibly dead.
Her first
Very
message is,
possibly dead.
Daddy, your daughter needs you outside. Please come.
All you hear is as he rushes towards the location.
He's just sprinting.
But really, he does communicate. He's like, I'm on my way. It would take me like 10 minutes to get there. What do you need me to do?
No, you should bring a team. One of our a companion we met on the way in, he got stuck in the solar rays and is frozen, and he was very good. He was a very good man.
Understood. I will do this right away. And
Aiden is going to go next to Prava and put an arm on his shoulder and say, Prava, there's nothing we could have done.
He
Prava,
saved me right before it all.
Prava, his
He
last
wouldn't have
act.
been here if not for us.
His last act was to save your life. I'm sure that whatever happened to him, he'd gladly do it all over again. If you feel like you owe him something, let's go help Bryn's world.
Okay. You're right, but
I know this is not what you want to hear, but we have to keep going for those that are still alive. There's nothing we can do for those that are already gone, except honor their memory.
He is correct, Prava.
and Prava just starts silently crying.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
So, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to carry on?
Yeah, we have to. I'm gonna wait for Prava to stop crying and calm down a little bit.
Oh no, that's gonna be a while.
In
I
that
don't know.
case, I'm gonna give you a few minutes, and while you're still crying, Aiden is just gonna quietly just pick you up and put you inside the car.
That's probably what's gonna have to happen. Someone has to carry Prava.
Well, just who wants the right shotgun in the car?
I want to sit in the back in the dark.
Okay, so as the party continues on, you once more drive.
Before we continue on, Aiden is going to quickly put a few rocks together like a small monument, because, you know, honor the dead and all that stuff. And then I'm ready to go.
Okay. So as the group carries on, you go through the forest once more. And as you do see that the forest is no longer raining acidic spores.
Thank God for that.
On your way, you do pass by the mushroom woman once more as she gives a wave as you're driving by from under the umbrella.
I wave back to her from the car.
I'm torn because Prava does want to speak with her again, but Prava's way too depressed to even notice her. So, yeah.
Bye, cool mushroom lady.
Oh wait, I actually did want to talk with her.
Oh?
Rosella.
She like goes, "Oh, is that my lady?"
Oh, Rosella. Hi. I just wanted. to check in with you to see if you found anything unusual when you were clearing up the spores and stuff.
I was awake while you be on it. She's fucking with you again, by the way. And she just chuckles and goes, "Yes, of course. Let me think a moment. And she eats another mushroom. And just.
I still feel
hadn't
like
been
that's
cleaned up in a
cannibalism.
while. It's like just hasn't been cleaned up in a while.
Hey, Kuzon, why'd we stop the car? What's going on? How long have we been parked? Rosala!
Few minutes.
Hey, body bug.
Prava perks up. Oh, hi! Jumps out of the car and suddenly chipper. Good to see you again. Thank you for your gifts. They were very delicious.
They really are, party bug.
Felt kind of weird afterwards, but you know, it's been a weird mood today. Here, and Prava's gonna hold out one of the mushrooms he picked from inside the base. I don't know what these are. They're probably not edible, but you probably know more than me about them. Here, I brought these back for you.
Ah, hey. Corrupted mushrooms. Sweet. I can use these for a lot of things. Thanks, party bug.
Yeah, I'm glad it's useful. I saw them and I thought of you, and I just picked them without thinking.
He's gonna put them in a small jar. It's like, shouldn't be handling with your bare hands, but it should be alright. You got like cotton stuff. Like puts it in like a small jar and puts it in a bag. Thanks.
Oh, well, it's alright. I can self-sterilize, and Prava just applies plasma sheath to his hands. See? Clean.
Nice. Yeah, this helps uncorrupt things, you know.
Aiden leans while he's on his bike next to Thiveron and whispers in his ear, Thiveron, is it usually normal for Chiron to have such mood swings?
I don't
mean,
know. You
Prava
should ask
was-
Prava.
Prava was pretty depressed just a moment ago. What happens to him?
You know, he's just trying to, you know, smile for friend.
Chiron are by nature deeply emotional and empathetic, but I believe the mood swings may be more of a Prava thing.
I think we might need to get him some professional help once, you know, we get into civilized world. No offense or anything.
No, yeah, I think the shrooms he took earlier are not helping with his mental state at the moment.
Wait,
By the way,
he took mushrooms?
by the way, as they're talking exactly about mushrooms, she's like, "Here, have this bag from like me to you for getting me the corrupted mushroom, dude.
Are we watching?
Oh, thank you.
These aren't the same kind of mushrooms. These are medical mushrooms, okay? Only take them if you're in pain."
Guys, are we witnessing a drug exchange?
Wait, are mushrooms drugs?
Yeah, man. Why? Didn't you know?
I mean, they did taste kind of funny, and I have felt kind of, oh, that explains a lot. Huh.
They're fun though, right?
Maybe if I took them under better circumstances. The first, like, hour was great. But, then we found a dead friend, and I don't know, it's just like I've been in my head ever since, and I feel like the mushrooms just make that worse.
Yeah, they do a lot of introspection. Better take them on a stable mind, you know?
Prava's not responsive anymore.
I think you're gonna have to pick up your friend, guys.
I'll go.
Rosalie just basically waves to you guys. It's like, well, see you guys later. Good luck on your trip and all that.
You really should keep to your day job and stop peddling drugs, though. Kinda not cool.
Not drugs, they're my family.
He runs like that's worse.
Oh,
Enjoy
don't
Uncle
listen
Joe.
to her. She likes fucking with you. Bye, Rosella.
Enjoy Uncle Joe's foot.
Jesus Christ.
Bravo, your people are weirder than you are.
And as you start drive off, but as you guys are driving back through the route you had pen before. Now the distractions and the like have been torn away and stripped. So you are finding it much, much easier to pass by all these areas. You even fly by the Lizardman village on your way, and you just see them all waving to you as they see your car and bike go by. You hear, "Aah!"
Oh!
Thiveron like makes a hammer fist and knocks his head toward them.
Yeah, some do like to each other, like, yeah, yeah.
Since we're flexing and being cool and stuff, Aiden picks up Sika in one arm and raises her high so she can cheer with him. Ha ha! Yeah.
Oh,
No
one question I
context.
forgot. Did you bring the scientist with you?
Oh yeah, we can't leave him here.
Then he's in the boot. See?
That's British for trunk. If I'm confused.
Something tells me that Kuzon is okay with this.
So what's going on out there? And
We're being attacked by rabid lizard men.
ah! By the way, Brian, you are getting a message on your slate as you're going through the vine walkways.
Do I accidentally reject the message first?
It's like hang up. Oh shit! Go back. As you like call back after your slip up, you hear your mother go, there may be a small issue.
What kind of issue?
I went to the library to look up a name and I caught someone at my computer.
Who?
We don't know yet, but he's in custody. It seems like he's uploaded the data to somebody else.
Oh, dear godmother! How did they even know we had it?
You feel like she has hardly any excuse. Basically, she was far too relaxed.
All right, mother. When you leave your computer next time, you can't just turn off screen. You need to hit the little icon on the bottom left and hit lock.
Oh, I see. You can see it too. She's embarrassed. She's like, anyway, hurry to the location. Save the planet. And she turns. So she turns off.
All right, there is already a sense of urgency, but now apparently it's a race.
Did somebody say race? And Aiden steps on the pedal.
You start to head across the surface of the planet at great speed, avoiding all the pitfalls that you had last time, making sure to follow where you went before, knowing the tricks and traps. The speed at which you go is so much faster than before. It only takes you a few hours in comparison, now that you had removed all the obstacles in your way. Soon enough, you stand below the massive flower. The large hole up above you. What do you do?
So, Brian, what exactly is the plan here? How are we getting back up?
You must have faith on the flower.
Do you have to is there the hook that brought us down before still here?
Oh wait, there's a lift up. That's right. There's a lift over here. Oh.
There is a lift, but there is also trust in the flower. Which one do you wish to go with?
I mean, also our car flies, so I mean...
Oh yeah, Kuzon doesn't matter. It's more of a bike.
Oh shit! Look at that sweet ramp next to the flower! There goes Aiden.
As Aiden, all you see is Aiden the child, so they ramp up into a flower, and as it lands in the middle, you just see the flower close in on him.
I'm gonna miss that guy.
That child is fucking dead. And the next moment, you see the flower start sinking into the ground a little. Like deeper and deeper.
By the way, at that point, Brian gets an SMS. There's a smiley, there's a crying face, and Aiden spells out "send help."
Did you must have faith, although it's on the way down.
As you say faith, you see the flower tree pop up, open up its petals, and this gust of wind just, and Aiden, the bike, and the child just up through the hole.
That was awesome. See, faith, guys. It's all about faith. Come on, Kuzon, let's go!
Wee!
As you start to follow him up, you see the bike like basically still in the air. Aiden, I suspect you're holding onto the child.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. As you're holding onto the child, there is one small detail. Did you ever give the child a suit?
Well, cue to me mid-flight undressing myself so I can cover the child in my suit.
I always assumed we just decided to keep the kid in the car while we were doing this.
Oh, that's the thing. He immediately went there, and last time I know, the child was on the thing, so he's there, and you can undress mid-air. Unless there's
Acrobatics?
one thing that can save everybody. One spell that can help. I'm just doing this just so you don't murder a child from,
I sent Thiveron a text. Thiveron, send help!
Thiveron is just sitting there playing with his Vorak.
Thiveron!
The bird looks all puffed, like. But then, as Aiden's calling outside the car, you see the bird like fluff up and then suddenly raise its wings and flies out.
Yeah, and you get to use the pet's special ability now. How great! Thiveron, we need a life bubble on this child. Could you please cast life bubble through your bird?
I can actually, if it's within 30 feet of me.
Yeah, essentially you're using a bird to bridge the gap between you and the two groups, and then the spell echoes throughout. It's like 6 wings, and covers them all in a thin bubble.
I'm sorry, I did not realize you were in danger.
The bird looks proud. You just see it like all, like almost snooty, like yes, I did that, and then it flutters back into the car. Like
Good work, Tabby.
it just the car's lower. As you start to reach the top, the car can reach first since it's not propelled through like force. It's just using its engine. So boom. But as the bike like comes up through the thing, you see like a small membrane at the top just so they seal up, and it makes almost like a dome over the hole. As the bike boing.
Things.
That's definitely the most bio-friendly elevator I've ever used.
The child is latched onto you tightly. It's just like
The first time she's ever left the core of the planet, and it was very violently.
If someone can evolve life science to know how that plant works, if you really wanted.
I will do exactly that.
The answer is faith, obviously.
Faith. Just have faith. Given from what you've seen, you would know that it basically absorbs all the nutrients and heavy metal type stuff that falls down. But anything large that falls down, it basically just catches, and then after a bit, bounces it back up through the thing and just basically uses its membrane at the top of the hole to stop it from falling back in. It's like, yes, this is how it works. The child's still like,
Don't worry, child. It merely does this.
Hey, check it out. This is the surface. You've never seen that. You should actually, you know what? Here. And I'm gonna put some sunglasses on her because I'm assuming that the direct sunlight is a bit much for her.
As you put on sunglasses, she says, and Brian, you can immediately translate by going, this place looks horrible.
Yeah, it does. Alright, Kuzon, race ya.
Okay.
Right. As you head on back, you can make it back to the bunker quite easily. And as you do, you see your ship nice and shiny. It seems to be have been cleaned. And you just see one of there's a small little Isiki, like a little rat basically race, is basically cleaning it with a squeegee. Just
Let's get the hell out of here.
you can easily take off to space.
Now we're gonna have our beach episode.
Nice.
No.
Beach episode comes after we finish our current job, alright? Job's still not over.
So I guess it's a race now, huh? In that case, we better punch it.
Ooh, that is a fast drive.
Ah, roll me 2d6.
2d6. That's a good sign.
It's going to take you a few days in order to reach your destination.
Oh, during that time, can I look through the data and stuff that we got?
Yes, you may. And I would quickly tell you as you go over, roll computers actually, see what you can get. Okay. Essentially, the data that goes over is essentially just research data, but when you pick through it, you can see that Aaron becomes the head of research here once they report back to him about Vietnam and all that. And once they are there, and once he's there, he essentially is very courteous. He makes sure that relations are okay. He basically tracks how people think about them. But then there is something concerning with his own reports, is the fact that there have been multiple people coming up to him, basically nudging him to do something. He says, I won't write it here for legal reasons, essentially, but apparently there is some discourse growing on the planet. I may have to take action.
I see.
And the last message, essentially, I have decided to take action, and I have taken it into my own hands to remove Vietnam from the planet before the planet is turned against me.
Okay. I think I know what's going on.
It doesn't exactly hold who was approaching him, but apparently it was certain colored Kabar. Like, they were definitely from a certain clan.
Yeah. Yep. But does it say which clan or no?
He doesn't know the names of the clans. All he does describe is that they had both chestnut and white fur.
Yes, Prava spends the first day basically catatonic, but once he slept and is in a better mood, he's going to go to Kuzon and try to get some help on a little construction project.
A construction project?
Well, a little, to build an object. I got that flower from the mind control beast that Ash implied I'd be able to make some sort of mind control weapon out of. But instead of making a grenade, Prava wants to help recruit Kuzon. Prava's going to do the physical science to distill the flower into an aerosol and try to request Kuzon to make like a spray container out of it.
Okay. So just like a concentrated delivery?
Yeah, just like say like a capsule you could put in the corner of the room and fill the room with like charm gas, basically.
I also have pretty good physical science. Like, I can help you with that part as well.
Yeah, okay. So we'll both do our physical science checks, then you do an engineering check, and we can see if we can manufacture this thing.
So you're making a love grenade, are you?
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect. Now Prava can physically spread his love around.
Does anybody else want to do anything while that's happening?
Yes.
What?
First of all, Aiden at some point puts Sika down and says, go play with Kuzon, you're roughly the same size. Go tug on his hand or something. He loves it when people do that.
She immediately starts going around the ship. She just wants to see everything.
What's for
I
me?
just want to imagine that, like, I'm sitting here working with an unstable chemical, and it's like, no kids in the highly reactive chemical room. Go on, you little scamp.
After that, Aiden is
like,
going
if you
to...
inhaled this, your little lungs would explode.
Aiden is going to seek out Thiveron, which I'm assuming is either talking with somebody or meditating. What's Thiveron up to right now?
He is meditating.
And just as you're meditating, suddenly you feel that familiar hand on the back of your neck, and Aiden yanks up. Hey, Thiveron, remember how I'm very interested about all that magical nonsense you do in your room? Yeah, why don't you come and show me that stuff right now? And he starts dragging you towards your magic table.
I didn't know that you were interested in magical devices. Let me get my toes.
And as soon
Wait,
as we
where are we
make...
going? My books are that way.
No, you don't need them. It's fine. You've got it all in your head. And
First, we'll start with Black and Braille lessons. It's the only way you'll be able to read them.
and as soon as we're in that room, Aiden checks to make sure that nobody's around or listening. He closes the door and says, Thiveron, about that thing you promised to give me a hand with. And Aiden reaches out and takes out from his necklace the dog tag that vaguely has signs of magic on it.
Yes, I do remember that.
And this is where Thiveron goes, wait, so you don't care about all my magical stuff here?
He's putting that together. He just pointed out that I have also stolen something from Bryn's planet now.
Well, does it count like me stealing if I just took a child?
Okay, so what did you want Thiveron to help you with?
Yeah, there seems to be something wrong with one of the dog tags. And you did mention last time when you took a look at it that there's some faint traces of magic. I want to figure out what's wrong with it, because I can tell you right now, that thing is old and it definitely wasn't magical last time I checked.
Okay. So can I cast Identify to identify anything?
Remember, you get a +4.
Yep. All right, a 50. What's on that?
Jesus Christ.
What is on that dog tag? Give
As
me
you
it
are
all.
like looking at it, it's like checking it out. Like you have machines, you check it out, you got like magic weaving through it. And as you see as you identify the type of magic, it's like divination magic. That's the main kind of magic that's involved. However, with that kind of roll, you discover that it's above 7th level.
Can I activate it? Do I know what the properties are?
It's not magic itself at all. What it is that something of 7th level divination magic affected this thing.
So
And
it's
left
like a
strong
magical.
trace.
Okay, so it's like a residue.
Yeah, it's like magical. That's why you needed your entire base, because you couldn't do it by hand. You needed like scanners and all that sort of thing.
So I imagine like Thiveron just like sitting at his work table with Tyvastra handing him different implements like a nurse as he's rotating it with telekinesis and studying this magical aura. And he puts his instruments down and looks up at Aiden and says, "Very powerful divination magic, beyond my grasp. But it's only residue. So the dog tag itself is not a magical object of some sort."
So, wait, does that mean that it's working kind of like, radiation? There's some left over?
Yes, it would be a sort of divination magic radiation.
But how is that possible? That can't be right. Like,
It is more powerful magic than I myself am capable of or hope to be capable of. It is perfectly possible that I could leave a residue like this.
but I was there when she died. There was no magic involved.
Well, it's there now. Or there might not have been magic to your understanding at work.
Do you think maybe you can figure out? You mentioned it's divination. Do you know what kind of spell it was?
Would I know the spell itself?
It is above 7th level. It is quite high up in like how it is. Even with your roll, you can't tell just from residue. You know that something affected the state of this, however.
A strong spell like this could be capable of weaving fate into new threads itself, if we're talking divination magic. Maybe it wasn't your fault.
No, I know what I saw. I know what I heard. I'm never gonna forget that explosion. That was definitely my fault. If she was by herself, she would have been more careful.
What I'm telling you, Aiden, is that this spell could have played a bigger hand in that than you would have been able to detect. Even now, you would likely not detect a spell of this caliber.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out eventually. Hopefully we'll find your master sooner rather than later. You for your own reasons, and maybe he can help me out figure out what spell this was.
I agree. Things seem to be pushing in that direction.
Hey, you're always talking about fate and how things come together. You can make a strong case for this one. I guess I have to find your master too now. Ha.
I would appreciate the help.
Yeah.
I feel right now though that Brian's homeworld is in mortal peril, and I would like to see that saved before I put myself ahead of that.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say that her world potentially blowing up is kind of a priority right now.
That being said, is gonna anything else you wish to do?
Well, on the last day of travel, naturally, I'm going to roll mysticism to hand. Every time I don't give the reroll to Aiden, I end up regretting it. That's what I'm gonna do.
Is that a thing now?
Okay then. Then you come out of the drift in a spectacular fashion. A sudden vroom. However, as you get here, there is currently a battle going on. Several large ships are fighting each other. Fighters are weaving in and out of the station's rings, dogfighting.
Well, looks like we came at a party. And look at us without the invite.
I mean, Reed himself sent us here, if you think about it, so...
Kuzon, can you tell us who's fighting? Any identifying signals?
Yeah. I imagine I can at least identify whose Reed ships are.
They are more than clear on visual inspection too. They match the station. They are both got gold plating and white and have purple highlights in their paint. The others, though, look like a combination of ships, just cobbled together.
Let's find out what we're dealing with first.
Here, Kuzon, why don't you re-roll that culture check? I declare helpful telepath.
I mean, I only have a +4 to culture anyway.
Maybe I should just make the culture check.
Right, if you do, I'll allow that. But as you look through, you know that these guys are more than likely pirates. You have dealt with more than a few during your time in the asteroid belt.
Sure.
Pirates, eh? Say no more.
I'm gonna try to make contact with Reed.
You guys weren't kidding. Damn, there's a lot of pirates.
Yes, as you contact, you hear, who's contacting? Are the pirates trying to contact us again? We already told you to fuck off.
We're not pirates, we're independent.
Is that the same thing?
I mean, we'll see how you feel about that after we talk a little bit. I'm Prava. I'm here with the Perseverance. Reed sent us for some data that ended up leading us here. We're looking for something that you might hold in your facility.
So you are pirates. Prepare to target for, and before you hear you ding 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 ding. What's this now? Apparently you have the boss's permission to get through.
I mean, that is what I told you. I told you that Arwen Reed gave us the information that led us here, so glad that your ears work. So you need help clearing out these pirates before we do business, or what?
Prava is bloodthirsty when he gets going, huh?
Look, I don't want to do battle, but we're here. We got to clear a path. Let's do this clean and efficient.
That's what I like to hear. Let's do this.
All right then. Engineering and captain.
I'm gonna take the overpower action. I'm gonna buff the other high.
Yeah, that does that hits. What's the 3 systems?
I'm gonna do piloting. I'm gonna do the is it the gunner? I'll do the mystic.
Prava, did you want to? What's your captain's orders?
Yeah, I'm going to.
You don't have to roll now.
I'm gonna be giving it to the gunners. I think so. I'm gonna wait for the gunner round. Maybe I'll declare it piloting if things go wrong.
I would like to act though.
Yes. Of course.
I am going to spend 1 resolve point, which will give us +1 AC. Hey, okay.
Hey, nice. Next is then piloting check.
Here we go! 24. That was actually pretty bad. Let's hope it's good enough.
As I'm not going to move them all at once since that would take forever. Basically, these guys are in general combat. They're just flying about and fighting, all right?
Okay.
Just so we're clear. So they're generally going to stay in their positions.
I mean, that disappoints me a little bit, Ash. I wanted to spend half an hour while you position all the tokens correctly. So, you said our speed is at +2, correct?
Correct. Yeah,
Uh,
makes you 12.
Aiden smirks. Hold on to your butts! 5, 6,
It's like really bugging out for me. All of the ships
7,
have like big yellow lines
8.
jutting out, all
9,
going in a direction, and then the left half of my
11,
screen is flashing
12.
Technicolor. So I'm gonna take my. This is the gunnery phase now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to encourage Bryn and tell her that she's a great shot. I don't know why she's so nervous. She can definitely do this. It's a
You blow
DC
up all those
15,
ships.
and I have a +19 to diplomacy, so I'm not even going to bother to roll. She just gets a +2 on her next action.
So, Brian.
I'm going to fire at will at let's say. So we're gonna shoot the light
Two
particle.
broadsides. Which one are you doing?
This one with the one of the light particle beams and
Sister Alicia. So you want to Sister Alicia a large ship while you
Yes.
hit this one with the lasers. Okay, fire the lasers normally with your normal attack, and then Mystic roll for the Sister Alicia. 12 with laser beams. They are like scattering everywhere. You can see these fighters like swinging back and forth, dodging your fire. Since you fired the Sister Alicia, it does 15 damage. Your cannon fires. It's like as you're coming up here, and you just see the magical round slam into the side of the ship's hull. It doesn't seem to have shields, as armor plates float off into the void from the impact.
hell yeah!
And these guys are gonna. Let's see how many. Let me roll for it. I think, yeah, 3 of them are gonna fire on you. 2 fighters. One of the fighters hit, and 2. So that's 3 hits in total.
We do have a +1. I'm not sure if it matters from Thiveron.
Our AC is not that high.
Yeah,
Nope.
we seriously need to invest in some plating after a while.
Okay, I will decrease your shields. Your starboard shields are down. Your ship is damaged. You're taking some lovely hits. Now we go back to the top. Engineer and Captain, did you wish to do anything? And also Magic Officer, and welcome back to everyone. Just in time.
We're pretty close to the ship, right? Yeah. Where's the hangar? Where's the goal?
I think it's straight ahead.
I am going to focus on just 1 second. I'm gonna divert and give a little bit of extra shielding.
I'm giving my +2 bonus to Aiden this time.
Sorry, my brain's bad. I'm gonna dump like 9 into starboard and like 1 into port.
Yeah, we're going to precognition. DC 10 plus 1.5 our starship tier, and success gives +2 to our pilot.
Okay, roll.
Damn.
You're on fire. Today you just rolled crit after crit.
Three
What the hell?
critical misses.
Okay, right. So next is piloting checks.
So that's 2 from Thiveron,
Two.
2 from Prava, and I'm gonna take 1 from computers, so that's a +5. So 49! Shit.
Well, did you just take
47.
that, right?
No, 48. 48. It's 1 lower, so 48.
Of course, I suspect you're about to burst the hell off.
Yes. Should I move?
You can move now, yes.
Okay. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Did you want to fly straight in? You're sure you don't want to try a flyby or one of the things before you head in?
Flyby! Flyby!
Yep.
Roll piloting then.
I'm gonna take another +1 since we've got like 4 of those every turn. So that's 48! I wanna ram into the
Whoa.
fighter. No, I'm not ramming the ship. I'm not ramming the ship. It's fine.
So you just.
Can I shoot
whoosh.
all the guns at one? All guns at one. All guns at one.
Let's
Probably
have a
this
look.
boy.
16.
16.
That computer's just manages to hit it. Let me count up all the damage. 9.
How did I roll so many crit fails in the damage?
I have no idea. But it is extremely damaged. You just see you open fire on this poor fighter, just boom, as you twist around it, firing off all the weapons. As the fighter is just. Ah!
Get wrecked, that one guy in particular!
You hear over the radios, there's some crazy, like, pilot going around and firing on us. Is he part of ours? I don't know. Fire on it anyway. It's heading inside. So, do you dock?
That boy is awfully close to death, but no, I think we're gonna dock. Kuzon, I think they
So-
scratched your paint, man.
End them. It's like
We're
like
staying.
Kuzon's like reaching for the instant kill button, and somebody has to hold him back.
Just let me do it.
All weapons! All weapons!
Our weapons open fire. Fire everything. Right. You have entered into the main space of the station, and I will do this.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy. Been a while since we've seen one of these.